Just brain shut off for a second. Welcome to the Improv You Drop In. Uh, I'm your host, Anthony, absent-minded Anthony. The moment I started talking, I was like, "Wait, is my microphone on?" And then my brain just switched into a completely different mode. Welcome, though. We are doing the Monday Night Drop In. This is a pre-registered class, although you can watch it for free on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, and some refrigerators. If it has that functionality, you can watch this there. But if you want to sign up, you can just go to theimprovu.com and go click on drop in, and there's a little form there to fill out. We just need your name, email, and that's it. And then you can be a part of this class. You can actually be in the class. I cannot get you into the class right now. If you were like, "Oh, I wanted to sign up for that," and you go to sign up for it now, I can't sign you up just because I'm currently doing it. And I've tried to get people in at the last second, but it's really hard to do. So, all right. So yep, we got some people coming in. This is a completely free class. Do it every Monday. It's from 8 p.m. Eastern to 9 p.m. Eastern. And depending how many students I have, it kind of changes up the class. If I have one student, then we will do a one-on-one for an hour. That's right. So you never know. Pays to come every week. Hey, Cheryl.
Hi, Anthony.
How are you?
Hey, how's your arm feeling today?
Oh, it's feeling good, thank you.
Hey, let's wait. Well, you had your shot today, right?
I got my shot. Yeah, I got it this morning.
Okay. Let's see you
Yeah.
tomorrow. Talk to me tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh, I already felt it today when I was I was I went to I worked out, and so but I didn't work out my arms because I have a whole other injury going on.
Mm.
I tore my or did something to my supraspinatus, or one of my spinati, something in this general area. And I reached for the towel to dry my hair, and I was like, oh, and I could feel it now. It's not bad. I didn't even feel the shot go in, which I was expecting something, and I didn't feel anything. So I don't know if that's I
No,
don't know what
I
that's
didn't feel
about.
it go in. It was about several hours later that it felt like somebody just hauled off and punched me in the arm several times. And that lasted about 2 days. I just couldn't sleep on my arm, and then it was fine. It
Oh yeah,
was my
yeah,
first one.
Yeah, I
'Cause
hear the
haven't-
second one will put you down.
but it depends. I heard Pfizer's way worse than any of them.
Oh, that's the one I got. Yeah.
Yeah, in terms of getting sick. But I mean, like my dad got Moderna and he had no problems. So that's why I chose it because I was praying. I'm like, well, I'm 50% my dad. So
Right.
maybe. My mom got
At least I
debate.
think that's how that works. Is it divided evenly? Is it divided? Is it 50-50?
Yeah, I pretty much all their crap.
I don't want to break the HIPAA regulations of 1996 on this. We are live streaming, so I don't want to go too far into before we go too far into either one of our medical histories, but or our genetic code, our genetic makeup. God forbid, no one can know the percentage. No one can know. So we got a real custom class today. So far, it's looking like you're getting a one-on-one session with me. So, you know, there's that. So we can do that. Awesome. So I'm just gonna wait a little bit and hold. I know there's some people that are joining that were asking about what time it begins. I would assume they want to attend.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I was away for spring break, and then I got back and had to do stuff and catch up, and so
spring break was good.
Oh my gosh, went to Georgia, so we stayed in a cabin in Blue Ridge.
Ooh, nice.
I went to Tennessee, went to Chattanooga, went to the Smoky National Park on the Cades Cove, and we saw coyote and we saw deer, a turkey. It's just beautiful. Just driving, it's just beautiful.
Yeah.
And on the way into Georgia, I saw a family of black bears. One family. Nobody else could see it because my kid was hooked into the electronics and my boyfriend was driving, so there was that. But yeah, I need an adult vacation now.
Yeah. All right. That's fair.
Family vacation is rough. But we had a lot of fun. It was beautiful. The weather sucked, but it was so good. Yeah, it was rainy. But I really haven't ever been able to take a real spring break per se, so I was kind of glad.
Oh,
I needed
nice.
to go away.
Yeah. Well, I'm ready. I'm ready to vacation again and get out of these four walls, and because that's all it is. It's four walls here, and this is everything. They got the kitchen right here. You guys can't see it. The kitchen is here. But I don't want to tell you where the bathroom is. I won't go there. I won't go.
Behind that curtain.
Very close. Very close.
Under the chair, there's a pot.
It's right here. All right. So let's do this. Let's get started because you're here. If anyone else pops in, they pop in. Anyone who is a part of this class, we start at 8:00. So, all right. So here's what I want to do. Let's work on. I want to work on the short form game 185. Okay. So we are going to make up some jokes. Did you play 185 before?
I don't think I did.
No? Okay. So the way 185 works is we get an object. All right? So name an object that you see or something you use every day or something that you might find in your kitchen, something like that.
The air fryer.
The air fryer. Okay, so I'm going to make up a joke on the spot based on air fryers. And the goal is we want it to try and be a pun. That's like the secret behind the game. Okay. So 185 air fryers walk into a bar. And the bartender says, I'm not serving 185 air fryers. And the 185 air fryers say, why not? And the bartender says, because every time you come in here, you guys are so secretive, like ninjas. It's a type of air fryer. I don't know.
Got it. Yes. I think I played, I don't know, it was 185, but similar. You might.
Sure. Yeah. 185 might change the number. Improv games are like the Tower of Babel. So, you got one group talks this way about them. They have different names. They'll think, hey, Gary, welcome.
Hello.
Hey, Gary, we're doing 185 air fryers. Do you know this game? You're familiar with 185, right?
The bartender walked into the bar and had no. Was that it? Okay,
that's the one. All right.
The 185 air fryers walked into the bar, and the bartender said, "We don't serve your kind here." And the air fryer said, That's okay. I'm gonna go outside and get crispy.
There you go.
Very
All right, so give it a try. Give it a try, Cheryl.
All right. So the 185 air fryers walk into a bar, and the bartender says, "We don't serve 185 air fryers." And the 185 air fryers say, "Why not?" And the bartender says, "Because you are smoking hot."
Yeah, very nice. Welcome, Jay. We're doing 185. You're familiar with 185. 185 air fryers walk into a bar. What do you got for us?
185 air fryers walk into a bar. Bartender says, "We don't serve air fryers here." Air fryers go, "Why not?" Because you're plastic.
185 air fryers walk into the bar, and the bartender's like, "What is 185 air fryers doing in my bar? That's a lot." And they're like, "Oh, there's a convection in town." So it should be terrible.
Wow.
It should be terrible.
You should do this for a living.
You
this
know,
is good.
It's one of those things you can't put on a resume, and you shouldn't. You should. All right, let's do one more. Let's do another object. Jay, you got anything around object-wise we can use for one more round of this?
Sprayers.
A spray bottle. All right. So 185 spray bottles walk into a bar, and the bartender says, "I'm not serving 185 spray bottles." And the 185 spray bottles say, "Why not?" And the bartender says, "Because you're so nozzly." Anyone want to top that? Anyone even want to attempt to try to top that one?
I'll try.
right, Jake.
185 spray bottles walk into a bar. Bartender says, "No more. I won't serve you." The spray bottles go, "Why? You're already full of alcohol."
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
Cheryl, go for it.
185.
Gary, go for it.
Yeah, 185 spray bottles walk into a bar, and the bartender says, "We don't serve spray bottles here." And the spray bottle says, "Why not?" And the bartender says, "Because one drink and you spit up everywhere."
Oh,
Yeah.
spray bottles.
All right. 185 spray bottles walk into a bar, and the bartender says, "We don't serve spray bottles here." And the spray bottles say, "Why not?" And the bartender says, "Because you are full of air."
Oh, full of air.
Hot
That's how
air.
they spray.
Mhm,
Spray.
mhm.
185 spray bottles walk into a bar, and the bartender's like, "I'm not serving you." And they're like, "Oh, please, Mr. Bartender, please." And he's like, "Oh, you're cute. What's your name?" And the spray bottle's like, "Misty."
Oh boy.
Mhm.
All right. That's enough
I'm
of
laughing in here.
that. Of
I'm
course.
laughing
No,
right
you should, it should
Mhm.
it should be half laughter, half. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the goal. That's what you want. You want that dad joke level of
Mhm.
Dad joke.
Wearing my dad hat.
Get that,
Dad
yeah?
joke. It's excellent. Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, let's get started. Let me kind of go through my little quick introduction here for everybody. My name is Anthony Francis. Thank you very much for being here. I'm the artistic director and founder of Improv U in Delray Beach, Florida. I'm an improv teacher, I'm a performer, and I do improv workshops for companies and nonprofits. In this class, we're going to focus on agreement, support, openness to sharing ideas, actions, and characters, and other techniques that will help us be stronger improvisers. And what you can expect is we are going to do some warm-ups like we just did. We're going to do some group exercises. And then in this room, and then I'll put you out in a breakout room, and you'll do improv scenes together in a quiet, secluded place with your scene partner or partners. Anything that happens in this room, though, is live streamed out on our YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. So please be aware of that. And if you have any questions, just raise your hand, and I will answer any questions you have on improv, or if they're existential, I'll do my best. And if you're not here to play, and if you're just here to watch, please just watch on the live stream, as the classroom is for participants only, but everyone here is obviously a participant. And what I expect from you is please be kind and respectful to each other as we work together to play and have fun, and just kind of go through the process of improv and understand what it's all about. Please do not remove any of your real clothing. And if you need to go step away to do anything private, please make sure that you're camera and your microphone are off. And if you think you cannot be the victim of a hot mic, I can tell you I was the victim of a hot mic today. So it can happen to anyone. As someone who checks microphones for a living, it happened to me. So just make sure that your microphone is muted and your camera's off for whatever reason. All right.
Have people taking their clothes off? That's a question I have.
So I saw
Actual
that. Well, okay. In my experience with improv, with new improvisers, there is a 70% chance that they will start to remove at least their shoes. At the very least, their shoes. And that is like, there's a 90% chance they'll remove their shoes in an improv scene. But there is a 70% chance they might remove another article of clothing. But I have seen it too many times. But when I saw it here, I saw it on another improv class's instructions. I think one of the teachers for our improv festival had it as one of their rules, and I went, "That's a good rule to." Just good to say. You don't know. You don't know what you don't know, right? You don't know what could happen, right? You assume certain things won't ever happen, but then if you don't say it out loud,
Right, then it'll happen.
It'll happen.
When you assume.
It could turn to me and like projectile vomit on me, so that could happen.
It can happen.
Yeah.
It can happen.
Fly my shirt off.
There you go. All right. So, and remember, the last thing I want to say is there's no pressure ever to be funny or clever. And I say that because I have to remind myself of that too. You're enough just the way you are. And we're here to go through that process and learn improv. So that's it. Those are my rules. Okay. I have a very fun class for us today. I am excited about it. I want to do this here. We'll do this here in this room, and I'll direct you. We're going to do some monologues, but we're going to do new choice monologues. So you are going to start out telling me something based on a word of inspiration, and then I am going to direct you and say new choice. And you have to listen, because as soon as I say new choice, I want you to change the very last thing that you said. That's when this monologue will no longer be truthful, and it'll start to become make-believe. But I want to focus on listening to the last, you're saying something, listen, change the last thing that you said. All right. The way it'll work is we will all turn off our cameras, except for, let's start with Gary. Okay. Gary, you will keep your camera on, and we'll get a word of inspiration. And the way it'll work, Gary, is if I were to say computer, you would say computer. Computer makes me think of electricity, and my grandfather is an electrician, and blah, 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 and off you'd go. Cool?
Okay.
All right. So your word of inspiration doesn't have to be directly related to your monologue. Just there to get you started. Okay, so what's some words we can throw out to Gary?
COVID.
That's a word. That's one. It's on our mind, so let's go for it. All right, you use that as your starting off point.
COVID reminds me of Zoom meetings, and Zoom meetings is something that I want to talk about. I do for a living. I'm a market researcher, so I run focus groups and I conduct them over Zoom meetings.
New choice.
I conduct them over the kitchen stove, because I figured hot is good. And so when I'm talking to these people, we're making food. I often recommend something spicy, because it keeps the conversation lively and interesting.
New choice.
It's because it keeps the conversation short, because I really don't really want to hear what they have to say. Although my job is to be objective, ultimately I really just want to be heard.
New choice.
I feel like ultimately I just want people to like me.
New choice.
Ultimately, I don't give a shit, because people suck and I hate my job, and I'm looking to start a career as an astronaut.
New choice.
I'm looking to start a career as a candy maker, because I'm a sweet-aholic. It's something that's happened via COVID. I just sit in my hot kitchen and I just make chocolate and eat it and eat it and eat it. And
scene. Good job. Bring it down. Very nice. Okay. Give him a round of applause. Excellent work.
Nice.
All right. Well done. That's a great example of that. And Mika, is it? If you're just joining us,
Yeah, it's Micah.
Micah. I'm sorry, Micah.
Yeah,
Yeah, if you're
can you
just, yeah, we can hear you.
Perfect.
Thank
see
you.
you.
I can't see you yet. You can hop on there.
There
he
we are.
is. Hi. All right, cool. So what we're doing, Micah, is we're doing monologues. So what I'm asking you to do when I say new choice, you have to change the last thing that you said. So we heard a really good example, right, where Gary said, I hate my job. I love my job. New choice. I hate my job. I'm going to do this. I'm going to be an astronaut. New choice. I'm going to be a candy maker. And then he continued with candy maker, right? As soon as that became his new reality, and he kept moving forward, justifying why he was a candy maker. All right, let's keep it going. Let's have Cheryl. Let me have you turn your camera, keep your camera on. All right. And let's get a word of inspiration for Cheryl.
Errol.
Running.
All right. I cannot run. I can barely walk. I need to go get new walking shoes, but I have to go to the running store according to my doctor. I have to bring my special orthotics and put them in my shoe. And I'm not really sure they're going to be able to help me.
New choice.
Because I'm not really sure they're going to be able to help me because I have this boil on my back. And
New choice.
It's so big. It's really big. The orange that I found at the grocery store today is so big, I don't have a knife to cut it. I don't know what to do about that. In fact, my son wanted me to squeeze orange juice, and I'm not sure.
New choice.
My son wanted me to eat a banana, and I hate bananas. I don't know what to do. So I'm wondering if there's something else that I could possibly buy at the store that looks like a banana and I can fool him for April Fool's Day. I'm not really sure. I'm thinking, maybe I could disguise a zucchini as a banana, perhaps.
New choice.
I'm thinking that maybe I could disguise myself and nobody will know who I am. A mask is just not enough. I'll put a costume on, I'll walk around the store and nobody will know it's me. I'll be incognito.
New choice.
So I'll be incognito, and that's really cool. I'd like to be a superwoman incognito. That would be my superpower. And wouldn't that be really cool? I could see what everybody's saying about me.
New choice.
I would love that. I would love for you all to think that I'm the best at improv ever. Wouldn't it be amazing?
All right, scene. All right.
So nice.
Very good. Very good. For your first time, really, really good. Nice. All right, let's see. Let's go with, let's have Jay. Let's have you go next. All right. Let's get Jay a word of inspiration.
Helicopter.
Thank you, helicopter. Helicopter makes me think of flying, and flying makes me think of a kite. When I was younger, I flew kites, but because I lived in a place that was very, very tight and had a lot of electric wires hanging, people always told me not to fly the kite near the electric posts or the electric wires. And I was always sad
New choice.
because I was always happy because everybody was concerned about my welfare. So what I did one day was to thank them, I started baking small cakes.
New choice.
I started making a large cake where people can jump out of, and I wheeled that into the center of the neighborhood with a sign that just says free cake for everyone, and
New
that
choice.
every time that I put a sign that says cake yummy yum yum,
New choice.
get cake yummy, not so free, please leave donation. And then every time that people would enter and try to give cake, get cake and leave a donation, I would jump out of the cake and say like, "Thank you for your donation."
New choice.
And then I would jump out and say, "Boo! Happy Halloween."
New choice.
I would say, "Merry Christmas, welcome to town," and people would remember that. Whoa, that's so nice.
Scene. Bring it down. All right. Great. Cool. All right. So, Micah, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Let's do this. Okay. So let's get Micah a word of inspiration.
Trampoline.
Trampoline. So Micah, you hear that word and trampoline makes you think of what? And then what you talk about doesn't necessarily have to do with trampoline. It can just be the jumping off point.
I gotcha. Oh, I like the fun.
Thank you.
Trampoline makes me think of bounce house. About 10 years ago, a bunch of friends and I thought it would be a great idea for my birthday to get the biggest bounce house that we could find. So we get the bounce house, we inflate it. I think it's a really good idea to bring a basketball. Because
New choice.
Bring a basketball. I think it's a really good idea to bring a bowling ball. Because I always like to go bowling, and mixing it with a bounce house is the best idea that I could think of at the time. So we throw the bowling ball as high as we could. It goes over the edge of the bounce house.
New choice.
It goes through the bounce house entirely, popping the whole thing, killing my little brother. And
New choice.
Jesus.
It goes around the bounce house and spins just enough to hit the pins at just the right angle so that I would get a strike. And as you know from bowling screen monitors, as soon as you
New
get
choice.
that, as you know from pagans around bowling, they tend to celebrate many different religious holidays at the time. And what else are you going to do when somebody gets a strike besides celebrate through a bonfire?
New choice.
No, what else are you going to do to celebrate other than throw a second birthday party?
New choice.
What else are you going to do to celebrate beside for throwing your firstborn child, into a volcano?
Scene. All right. Very nice job. Very nice. I wanted to see.
Got kind of dark there, Micah. I don't know.
I wanted to see. It went through the bounce house, killing my little brother. New choice. It went around the bounce house, killing my little brother. Like no matter what, the brother's not going to make it.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So what we're doing there? What do we notice when we do that? What are some of the things we notice when we play this game?
Try to come up with things off the top of your head as quickly as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And just work with it.
And we have to drop whatever we thought we were going to talk about because it's gone, right?
Right.
Cool. That's all. Isn't that neat? Isn't improv, guys? Isn't improv neat? All right. That's this whole class, Micah. That's this whole thing. So all right. So nice. Yeah. So that's and New Choice is a game you play. Usually you have a scene partner and you're acting out a scene. But I wanted to do it as a monologue because it's just a kind of a fun way. You can also do yes and no. You can do that game as yes and no, where the caller just says yes every time, like periodically, like yes, that happened. Every time you talk about something, yes, and then no, and then you have to change what you said. Is another fun kind of alternate version of that. You can also kind of get more detailed with it too, and you can say new. Like if you do a hand motion as you're talking, the person could say new hand motion. So now you have to do a completely different hand motion, just stuff like that. But we can't do all of them now. We have other things. We've got bigger and bigger things to do. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to have you go into a breakout room. You're going to work with your partner in a game or an exercise called Bigger, Smaller. And what this means is person A is going to talk to person B just in a monologue, just as you did, only there won't be any new choice thrown at you, but there will be something thrown at you by your partner. As you're talking, your partner is going to slowly, because we're just working this, just pace it out, start nice and slow. Your partner's going to say bigger or smaller. When they say this, you're going to change the amount of detail that you're giving in your monologue. So for example, let's see, Jay, would you please, would you say bigger or smaller as I start talking? Okay. And you can give me a suggestion to start. So this is what it'll look like in the room. Jay, go ahead and give me a suggestion of a word.
Remote control.
Remote controls. I have a remote control. It makes me think of our TV in the living room. And we have the one remote that handles like the Netflix and all the different streaming services and all that nonsense. And then we have another remote that's really complicated that came with the TV. And
Bigger.
And the technology that's in the house is just amazing. Like everything I'm just amazed at just how things are connected, and how how like the computer can one thing can talk to another thing, and it's just like it knows it's there.
Bigger.
And like we are in a time, like this is a time, like this is a big time, like we're like, it's future time, right? Like we are in future time right now, like whoa, like it just feels like a lot, right? So
Smaller.
and this with the Wi-Fi password, which is complicated, because that's just a complicated thing. Trying to get the Wi-Fi to work in the house, and then whenever I get a new device connected to the house, I have to find the Wi-Fi password, and it's never the same, and it's complicated.
Smaller.
The Wi-Fi password is PL2. Okay, no. So I'll take it down from there. But you guys understand what I want you to do, right? Speak in broader and broader terms, and it's going to get challenging. That's totally fine. And then as your partner says smaller, go back down and start to speak in more detailed terms. Okay, so for example, if Jay had said go smaller and smaller and smaller, and get to the point where I'm starting to talk about the different lights or the different colors on the buttons of the remote. But because he said go bigger and bigger and bigger, we start talking about technology and all that stuff. Any questions on that? No? Cool? Okay. All right. I'm going to go ahead and put you guys in a breakout room. Oh, and just so you know, Micah, this room is live streaming. We're live streaming on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, but I'm about to send you into a private breakout room for you guys to work on your stuff. And those rooms are private. All right?
All right.
Cool. You will be randomly assigned. Okay. All right. No problem, Gary. Cool. Here we go. I'll give you about 5 minutes. Oh, you're muted. Sorry, it'll mute you automatically.
I was trying to clear the thing out of my way, and I accidentally left break room. So I'm sorry.
Oh no, it's okay. I send you back. So
I pressed the wrong button, Cheryl. I'm sorry. I was trying to clear the leave break room thing, so it wasn't.
It was perfect timing, as you said. People suck, and you did that. Michael, clearly he's done.
Yeah, and scene.
Yeah. All right.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
Gary, I got your message. Yeah, that you gotta run a little bit. Not
Thank
a
you.
problem.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here. We're just happy to have you.
Oh, it's so sweet.
For the little amount of time that we get.
What a wonderful sharing community that we have. Caring and sharing.
It's
and
good.
caring is sharing. Yeah.
It's true.
He's wearing my favorite color.
Look
you
at
go.
you guys. Welcome back. How'd we do? Questions, comments?
Both muted.
You're both muted. Yeah, sorry. It'll automatically mute you for coming back in them.
All right, perfect. This was so much fun. That was great.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, it's a good little exercise. As improvisers, one of the hardest things for us to do, especially when we're completely making up our world in the moment, is to create, to add details. That requires a lot of confidence in our own choices to just start to add those details, because every detail you add is a choice. But as long as we're having fun, we're good. I have a little quote that says, being enthusiastic is worth 25 IQ points. So the more excited and happy we are, the smarter we are. I think that's what helps.
I subscribe to that. That makes sense.
Yeah. All right, cool.
I prescribe to that. Sorry, go ahead.
Yes. All right. This next one is kind of an improv game, but it's a good improv scene exercise, I think. There's a short form game called By the Numbers, where improvisers are only given a chance to say anywhere between 1 and 5 words at a time. 2 words, 3 words, 4 words, 5 words, that's fine. But the person who gets the 1 word, that's usually the hardest and most challenging, but it's also the most entertaining. I wanted to work on that. What if we did improv scenes with just 1 word at a time? So let's do a quick example of that. I will have Gary. You'll be my partner for this. Gary and I'll do a quick scene. You can keep your cameras on for this. Gary and I will do a quick scene based on. Let's just do a quick scene, 1 word at a time. We're both managers in a coffee shop. Cool. Okay.
Latte. Hot.
Reports.
Management.
Dumb.
So.
Breakfast.
Full.
Diet.
Fat.
Handsome. All right, scene.
Aw.
So just 1 word at a time. They get along. They have a good time. So 1 word at a time. You get to rely more on what? Physicality, emotion, right? Deliver that line, right? It's okay. It might not make necessarily a lot of sense, but we get the gist of it. We only get 1 word. All right. So let's do this. I think we got time, right? You got time for 1 more, Gary? Yeah. All right. I'm
do.
gonna put you guys in there. Go in that room and one word at a time, back and forth with each other. Cool. You can decide on the scene in the beginning, like I did. You can just say, "Oh, we're in a coffee shop. Oh, we're in a store. Whatever." Don't worry about that part. It's all about the exercise for this one. All right. Here we go. You're watching the Improv channel. To sign up, visit theimprov.com/improv-drop-in-class. Not as good when you read it out loud. All right. Remember, you are muted coming back. You are muted. Yeah, good. All right. Questions, comments about what we just did? How are
Not
those?
easy.
Not easy.
Funny, but not easy.
When you say not easy, what do you mean?
It's not always easy to think of one word, and I don't know. Sometimes it's just difficult. You think it should be easier than it is. It's one word, but sometimes it's difficult. Like being on a talk show or a game show. You think it should be easy. You're yelling at the TV, but you're not that person right there at the moment.
Right.
I think one word is easier than 5. I think 3 words is 1 to 3 words is easy, and then 5 I'm always like, oh dude, that's 6, and my math isn't good. I'm a qualitative guy. I'd like 3 and down.
It's worse when you get like 17. Then you're like, well, we would do that.
Due to my incredible predicament, there seems to be some issue with the number 17. You see.
Exactly. You do. You have to go. You do the whole thing, and you're counting on your hands, and it's all right. That's the fun of it, I think. But
It was fun.
cool. Awesome. The more we rely on our emotions to deliver the content, the dialogue is secondary, just like in regular life, right? It's 90% about how we say it, not what we say. I don't know if the percentage is right, but it's more about our body language and the way that we deliver the language than exactly what we're saying, right? We get it. We can get it. If we went to a country and we didn't speak the language and the person across the street was yelling at us and was angry at us, we would totally understand the gist, right? Because we communicate in that way, in that body language way. Body language is such a huge... I wish I could do more of that on Zoom. But body language is such a great thing, and I highly encourage you to study it. Look at the way that people just stand, sit, like just people watch, and look at their body language. It's such a fascinating thing because you can see characters in just body language, right? The way people cross their legs when they stand, just little things that we don't even notice that we're doing, right? But when you stop and you start to look at people as a way of studying them to bring them in as characters, all of that helps you, by the way. Everyone you've ever seen, everyone you've ever met, I heard this once and I believe it. You download that and you keep it in your subconscious. And when it comes time to play characters, it comes to the surface. And if you practice that enough, it'll just come to the surface and you get to play all these different people. They're all just kind of waiting to come out. So that's a thing.
That's totally a thing. I'm going to say thank you guys. I got a bolt. Yep. Great meeting you all. Have a great one. See you next week if I can. Actually, cool. Not next week. But anyway, bye.
All right. See you, Gary. I was going to say, I know Gary has to run. So, all right. So, cool. So we're coming up on the end here. We got just a couple more exercises I want to do. But since there's just 3 of us, I'm thinking let's do this. Let's have 2 of you on with their cameras on, and you'll do a scene, and I'm going to call it, and we're going to do emotions. So emotions is where you're doing an improv scene. I'm going to stop you in the middle of your improv scene. I'm going to ask you to change your emotional state, and you're going to continue the same scene you were doing, right? But now you have a different emotion attached to it. It's going to change, not the details of the scene. The scene is the same, but we're going to change our emotional state. And what we say and do now in the scene can change because our emotions have changed. All right? So think of it as a gift to change things up. Now there's 5 base emotions I'm going to pull from for this exercise. There's a ton more of emotions, but we're just going to work with the 5 base emotions. Those 5 base emotions are happy, mad, sad, and afraid. Sorry, there's 4. There's 4 base emotions.
Oh, wait.
Disappointed is the 5th one.
Disappointed is the 5th. Embarrassed is the 5th one. I don't know why I said 5. There's 4. 4 base emotions, and you gotta spell them out so you know. Happy, mad, sad, and afraid. 4 base and disappointed. 4 base emotions. We'll just be using the 4. And let's see it. So let's have Cheryl and Jay. Let me have you go first, and we will turn our cameras on. Nice. All right, nice job. All right, and your suggestion to start this scene is astronauts in space, inspired by the totally sus-looking purple. Yep.
Among Us.
Yep.
I
So
should have worn my Among Us shirt today.
I mean, you're home. You can go change, but you have to
It's
turn
in
your
the
camera.
laundry.
Oh,
No.
no. All right. So you're astronauts in space, and that's how your scene is going to start. Go ahead and start your scene, and then I will pause you once we've established the scene, and give you a different emotion.
This is so cool to be floating around, watching the sky and watching the stars. I've always wanted to do this.
Sure is, Captain. I don't know why we haven't done Zero Gravity Day in a long time.
Freeze. Your new emotion is sad, and be very sad.
I miss home. I miss home. I want to go home. We're so far away. When can we go home?
Who actually signed us up for this mission? It's like 35 years
I
away.
know. You think we're ever
Freeze.
going to make it home?
Freeze. Mad.
Who made the smell in here? We are in a small space and we all know that we cannot have smells.
Excuse me? Why are you looking at me? It's not like we're the only two
You
people here. Oh,
are the
yes,
only
we
one
are
near
the
me.
only. But oh yes, we're the only two people here. But still,
I do not like-
why do you
Freeze.
always think it's me?
Freeze. Afraid.
I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what's gonna happen. We are very low on food. The little food pellets, the little dried things that we have to eat. Do you think we're gonna make it to the space station in time? I know I'm supposed to be in charge, but I'm actually terrified that we're not gonna have enough food.
I ate them all.
Freeze. Happy.
It was my birthday, so I ate them all.
I'm so happy that you. Oh my gosh! Happy birthday! I cannot
Thank you.
believe that you get to
Thank-
celebrate your birthday in space.
Scene.
know.
Saying that.
Bring it down. Very nice. Very nice.
I was muted, but I was dying the whole time. That was amazing. I like that.
Awesome. Yeah, that's great. It was my birthday. Oh my god, happy birthday. That's fun. Nice job. Yeah, really good work on those emotions. And I was kind of directing a little bit in terms of like, let's go with these emotions because fear, right? To go from mad to happy, we could do that. But I like to go from fear into the happy, right? You went through all those emotions. Great job justifying it too. All right, let's do this. Let's have Micah. And, I know there's only like it's math, but I'm trying to think. Let me do Michael and Cheryl. Let's do that. Michael and Cheryl.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Let me get myself out of here. All right. And your suggestion is your Micah, your skateboard broke, and so you came to your best friend Cheryl to fix it.
Look, I ride this thing all the time. I just wanted to bring it in, and well, you see, it doesn't have the back two tires anymore. I just need to borrow two tires.
I don't even know where we get those tires for you.
You can't get them? I only got this thing 3 years ago.
But I drive a car. I don't have a skateboard.
Freeze. Mad.
Are you serious? Oh my goodness!
Why are you
I
getting mad at
have-
me?
I gave you this skateboard as a gift, and then I stole it back 4 years ago. How do you not have the replacement parts?
Freeze.
Because
Freeze. Sad.
I can't skateboard with you anymore. I can't help you. I can't skateboard with you anymore. I broke my legs. I don't know how I'm going. I'm gonna miss being with you.
Sorry that I broke your legs. I was just jealous is all.
Freeze.
Well,
Afraid.
what?
Like-
What am I gonna do without you? I can't be alone.
I don't know. You can live your life. I'm not gonna judge you if we just separate. I'm just
No,
gonna.
you can't leave me.
Freeze. Happy.
Oh my god, I'm so glad that you're going away.
Yeah, I'm out of here.
Scene. Very nice. Very nice.
Jay's laughing.
Um,
Like, leave.
I'm so happy you're going away now. That's great.
That's the
Yeah,
most mutual breakup I have ever seen.
Yeah, it's good though. That's good. There's
Okay.
there's fighting, right? And then there's the good fighting, right? There's the fighting you have in a scene where like you're almost fighting the actor, right? The actors are fighting, or they're not meshing. But these are two actors that are meshing, but we're seeing those two actors getting along, their characters not getting along. That's okay. That's good. We see that all the time, right? We want to see that. Professional wrestlers wrestling and improv, so close, so very close. Talk about professionals working together to create conflict in such in an agreement way, not to ruin wrestling for anyone. It's a little fictional, a little bit the storylines, you know what I mean, but other than that, it's still very dangerous. All right, so any questions, comments about anything we did tonight or anything improv related before we wrap up that you wanted to chat about? Micah, have you ever done improv before?
Yes.
Okay.
It has been a fair bit. I've been because I live in I'm in Boca now.
Oh.
I used to be with Sick Puppies Comedy for a couple years.
Oh, awesome.
And then I was thinking about doing Improv U, and then
Corona. Yeah. Well, the good news is I believe Sick Puppies is Sick Puppies was we had our theater space, and then Sick Puppies took over that theater space, much to my delight. So I'm very happy that Improv still is in Del Rey. So we'll probably both be over there. But we're going to start teaching classes again, starting in August or September. In I don't want to say it's confirmed yet. We're working on it. We just kind of like we're working on it. But Old School Square is I think where we're going to be teaching classes again. We were teaching classes there before, so we'll be back over there. Cool. All right.
Back when Sick Puppies Comedy was down in like South Boca, they were a 2-minute walk from my house. I used to go to them every week. That was always fun.
Nice.
Since they moved, now I just need to find a new improv place.
Yep.
It's been a while, but I'm happy to get back into it.
This has been working nicely because obviously being a single parent, now it's easier for me to get to this.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, I'm really enjoying this class. I think it's a fun. I definitely see myself still doing the Monday night drop in online for everyone, because I think it's just a fun way for us all to connect, and that's a one silver lining thing of all this is that we've all gotten to connect. There's some really good jams. Jay, where are you at?
I'm in the Philippines, so I'm a 16-hour flight to you guys.
Okay, that's not bad.
You get here every Monday. Yeah, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Every other Monday though, I have classes, so yeah.
Are you with Jay? Are you with a group what that I might know? I feel like, or do you just come?
I go to a lot of jams, so maybe that's why this face is familiar. But I'm currently part of the Armory, Lightning team. That's one, and I'm part of the Nursery, the second online group, their online house team. So I'm with that. But yeah, I join a lot of jams because again, as what we said, one of the silver linings of this one is I don't have to fly 16 hours to get into an improv class. So now I can go like, oh, improv class, yay. Okay,
that's right.
So there.
I'm so glad, because I've wanted so badly to meet improvisers from other countries and to really experience like what that's like, and it's just great to meet you and be able to get that opportunity to meet you and other people too. I met a gentleman, a guy took a workshop from me. He's from Italy. Another girl was from Spain. It's just great. You know, we can't get enough of that. And Cheryl, I know you from the Chamber, from Del Rey, from tchotchkes and right
Yes.
products and all the products and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. I'm in Lake
Ray,
Worth.
you're up on,
I live in Lake Worth.
what are the roads near that area? I might be working in that area.
And I'm in like Hypoluxo, Lantana, Jog. I'm in Lake Worth.
In Lake Worth, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So you're someone I can see in person again soon.
Hopefully.
But I'm glad you're here. I'm glad we get to do this together. Well, it is 9:00, so I will end this. But I do want to say again, thank you very much for being here tonight, guys. Always a pleasure. And yeah, it's every Monday. Feel free to tell people about it too. That's totally fine with me. I know you're selfish and you want your small class, but no, we've got about 50 people signed up for this. So but yeah, that's all. It's all good.
Thank you.
Cool.
Thank
My
you. Thank you so
pleasure.
much.
Back in August.
We'll see. I'll let you know. I'll keep you guys posted. All right.
All right.
See you soon.
Bye.
That's it.
Bye.
Bye.